His job was to protect the evidence room. This huge hole remains after the fire erupted early this morning. After they realized the drugs were missing, police found the pills inside the deputy's county car. Deidre, this memorial is set up on the side of the road where police found Larry Grigsby's car early Sunday morning. Police gave us a copy of this media release. They've posted all over social media and around town. They're hoping someone will recognize this man. Construction on the new Brave Stadium behind me is coming along, apparently ahead of schedule. They just want the same rights as other religious groups who already have after-school clubs. We just learned moments ago that this is an active homicide investigation right now. We spoke with DeKalb County Police just a few minutes ago, and they tell us they do believe this shooting was accidental. After that, he'll be on probation for another 20 years. Coming up at 6 o'clock, we'll hear more from Trey Carver. So if you just realized it's Christmas Eve, you still have a few minutes to get down here.
I thought I was going to get killed. I thought they were going to kill me.
Greg Pitts says he moved into the Alta Belmont apartments in Smyrna earlier this year because he thought the area was safe. But early Saturday morning, he says he became the victim of an almost deadly attack.
I came out of the door. I realized, it was a guy kind of just, leaning up here, and his buddy was sitting on the steps.
When he got to the bottom of the steps, he says that's when the suspects grabbed him and threw him up against the wall.
And then the other guy that was sitting down, he got up and put the gun to my head. He told me to run, and he pointed the gun at me.
Greg says when he got to this point in the breezeway, he glanced back, and that's when he saw the gun pointed right at him. He made a quick left, running right past these mailboxes, straight through the other end of the breezeway.
And I ran for my life and ran through there. I came out, ran through the gate, and I ran for probably an hour and a half.
Greg says the suspects took his cell phone, his apartment, work, and car keys, and then took off with his BMW. He says so far police have recovered only his car. It was completely stripped, along with Greg's sense of safety in his own home.
It takes a long time for one person to really build that self-security, and I had all of that stripped away in one night. I don't feel safe, period.
Now, we contacted the Alta Belmont apartment complex about the incident and about the gate. They tell us they are investigating what happened, and they gave us this statement. Our residents' safety is of the utmost importance to us, and we will be working with local law enforcement to assist in the investigation any way we can. Now, Smyrna police say they do have a police report, and they are working on finalizing it right now. Live in Smyrna, Ariel, Gurian, Fox 5 News.
I think the police can definitely do a little bit more better than what they're doing.
They've been around lately a lot because they're recognizing that it is a problem right now. But it's been a problem that's been existing for a long time now.
2015 has been a year of high crime in DeKalb County, prompting Sheriff Jeff Mann to ask for help from residents.
I can honestly say that our citizens deserve more.
Sheriff Mann sent 25 deputies to the streets this summer, setting up safety checkpoints and searching for suspects, but the crime isn't slowing down.
It's not looking too good for us over here in Lithonia.
Police say the crimes ranging from burglaries to batteries to car break-ins starts here at Phillips and Marbut. From this point, it stretches a half-mile radius, bringing the total number of incidents in the last year to 800.
It would be surprising that it would be something other than gang activity. We don't know that at this point.
Residents now hoping more patrols will help keep them safe.
I would like to see them being out here a little bit more, especially after school.
It's more than just the police. It takes the police, it takes the community, it takes you guys coming out here.
They essentially moved themselves into someone else's home.
There was some suspicion going up and down the street for a while.
Randy Casey has lived next door to this home, legally owned by Eves Tranquil, for the last 20 years. He and several other neighbors we spoke with say they've been skeptical of the home's latest occupants for months now.
Well, the house was supposed to be empty.
Tranquil hasn't been home since December 2014, and police tell us Jacqueline and Dexter Dennis have lived here in his place.
He leaves the country and they immediately move in a week later.
Detective Deaton says after questioning, Mrs. Dennis gave him a copy of this quitclaim deed dated January 6, 2016. The only problem? Detective Deaton says Mr. Tranquil's passport shows he was out of the country that day and couldn't have signed it. meaning Mr. and Mrs. Dennis were allegedly living in this home illegally as squatters.
Oh, all his furniture was gone. Their furniture was present. Their bills were there in the house in their name, power bill, water bill, direct TV. But for the most part, they kept it as their home.
Jacqueline Dennis, a former teacher with a prior felony for forgery, is charged with possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, identity fraud, burglary, forgery, and a violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. Her husband Dexter, a former Marine, is charged with possession of marijuana and manufacturing and possession with intent to distribute. Randy Casey says he wasn't surprised to hear the news.
They were not very sociable at all. I mean, they kept to themselves. It's been speculation going on for a while that something wasn't exactly right.
Well, let's try the other ones.
Try the other ones on.
They've made their lists.
She gave me a couple clues or ideas on what to shop for.
And checked them twice.
She sent it to me in an email, so she made it easy for me.
But then it still took these men a little while to get down to the mall.
How long ago did she give you those clues?
A couple weeks ago.
How long ago did she tell you that's what she wanted?
Like a month ago.
So you've known all year what she wanted, but you waited till the night before?
Right. Just last minute. I'm very last minute.
Now that they're here, these last-minute holiday shoppers are picking out some pretty good presents.
Literally, we've been at it since about 10 o'clock.
Just in time.
A sweater from J. Crew and a couple pairs of socks, some makeup, and some lotion.
I got some Victoria's Secret items, some shoes. Now I'm going to buy her a purse.
Probably some undergarments for her, of course. And
for you?
Yeah, really for me. I'm cool with that. She's cool with that too. So I can have me a show tonight. Yeah.
For some of the men looking for something a little less selfish, they tell us, and I can confirm, jewelry is always a good option too.
I got her a David Urban ring.
Perfect. Now all that's left to figure out, who's to blame for the last-minute rush?
She's my last one. She's my oldest, and she procrastinates quite a bit.
Oh, so you're blaming it on her?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Now again, Lenox Mall is closed for the evening, as well as other area malls, so if you didn't make it in time, hopefully Santa's on his way. Live in Buckhead, Ariel, Gurian, Fox 5 News.